This episode is a little different from the others. Normally, when we travel, we try to see as much as we can. But this day in Seoul was quieter. Instead of rushing from one place to another, we spent time simply walking around Gwanghwamun Square and along Cheonggyecheon Stream. And somewhere during that walk, it made us wonder, what would it be like living here? Could we actually move to Seoul? And that's what this episode is about. We started our day grabbing breakfast from GS25. Before arriving in Seoul, we had just come from Tokyo, where we usually start our mornings at convenience stores to grab whatever we like to eat. Watch our Tokyo video after this if you haven't seen it yet. The biggest reason of visiting Seoul was because of K-dramas. During the COVID years, I started watching them and slowly got introduced to Korean food, the language, the places, and everyday lifestyle you see on screen. Of course, we also like BTS, but K-dramas were really what sparked the curiosity, and we've always been a family that enjoys traveling and discovering new places. Coming to Seoul felt like stepping into something that used to exist only on a screen. Standing in Gwanghwamun Square, one of the first things we noticed was the scale of the city. The square itself feels huge and open. The buildings are tall, wide, and massive, but at the same time, you're surrounded by history. Just ahead is Gyeongbokgung Palace, one of the most important historical sites in Korea. You see statues, wide boulevards, and the palace gate in the distance. We visited 3 years ago, and next week, this same square will host a free comeback concert for our favorite K-pop, BTS. It gives you that familiar feeling you get when visiting places that have existed for centuries. You start imagining the past, kings walking through these streets, stories that happened here long before the modern city existed. Most of the time, we were just walking, pausing, taking photos and videos, and enjoying the moment. Nothing too deep. Just being happy to finally be here. The deeper thoughts actually came later when we walked along Cheonggyecheon Stream. What surprised me the most about this place is that something like this exists in the middle of such a massive city. Standing here, surrounded by tall buildings and glass towers, the space felt wide open, almost futuristic, like we had stepped into a city from the future. The only thing missing were flying cars or space trains. But more than that, it felt peaceful, and that's when the reflection began. We were there both in the morning and again near sunset. People were taking their time. Couples walking, families, teenagers, tourists taking photos, local passing by, some people jogging, others just sitting quietly by the water. No one seemed to be in a rush, and that's when we started having those what-if conversations. What if we move here? What would life be like living here? But travel has a way of doing that to you. When you see a place that's beautiful, convenient, full of life, it makes you curious. Seoul has so many things that stood out to us. The public transportation, how walkable everything is if you stay in one area, the energy of the city, the food everywhere, and how affordable eating out can be compared to Canada. You can feel how alive the city is, even late at night. Compared to where we live in Calgary, the pace feels very different. Calgary is quieter and more laid back, and there is nothing wrong with that too. Seoul feels vibrant and constantly moving, and it made me realize something about myself too. Growing up in the Philippines and studying in Manila, I was used to big cities and crowded places. But after living in Canada for so many years, I found myself saying things like, "There's so many people here," or "It's busy even at this hour." It made me realize how much we change over time. At one point, I even took a photo of the company names posted on some of the buildings nearby. My husband and I joked about applying for jobs and moving to Seoul. Our daughter just laughed at us. Of course, it was mostly a joke. We came across a small park called Cheongjinjeong Pavilion, a traditional Korean pavilion and Hanok-style building sitting quietly right in the middle of modern skyscrapers. Moments like this are what makes Seoul feel unique. The contrast between past and present is everywhere in this city. Going back to our reflection, of course, moving here is complicated. There are language barriers, work culture differences, immigration realities, job availability, and we already have a home in Calgary. We established our roots there. So the idea of living here is more of a fun thought than a serious plan. But what it made us realize is that we would love to come back and stay longer next time, definitely. Not just a short visit, maybe 1 month or even 3. Long enough to slow down and experience the daily life more deeply. Because short trips are great, but sometimes they're not enough to truly understand the place. Seoul definitely left a strong impression on us. It's vibrant, full of history and culture, and surprisingly accessible as a visitor. And yes, we will absolutely come back, not just to Seoul, but to explore more places across South Korea. If someone asked us whether they would visit Seoul, our answer would be simple: absolutely. But once you're here, take time to slow down and walk through the places like this. Because sometimes the best travel memories come from simply walking and wondering what life might be like if you stayed a little longer. If you enjoyed this slower, more reflective episode, let us know in the comment section below. And if you like to see more of our travel journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel. See you next time on Let's Do This with Bernice. Bye for now.